All right, welcome back. So, we got some more stuff about alien Earth in a recent article. These questions took place on set in Thailand, so let's get right into it. The show is set in the year 2120, a time when Earth is governed by five corporations. There's Wayland Yutani, of course, but then we've also got Prodigy, Lynch, Dynamic, and Threshold. Courtesy of this corporate era, in addition to humans, Earth is also populated by cyborgs and synthetics. Prodigy's founder and CEO has unlocked the technology necessary to create hybrids, humanoid robots infused with human consciousness. Sidney Chandler's Wendy is the first hybrid prototype. When a Weyland-Yutani spaceship, the USC SS Maganaut, crash lands in Prodigy City, Wendy and her fellow hybrids are sent to investigate and find themselves face to face with unimaginable threats. The idea for Alien Earth first came up before the Disney merger. Noah Hawley came up with a version for it, but it went away until after the Disney merger was complete. John Landgraf would then work on getting it back up and later bring Ridley Scott on board. He says it's about 5 years into the first season. They mention what changes they made to the alien. I always felt like it was the least effective when it looked like a guy in a suit. You know what I mean? So there are elements, like in the classic, there's just this big rib cage, which feels very human to me. So I wanted to try to minimize that and play around with some other ideas to it. That was a very fun process to work on with Weta. But the face huggers, I don't want to mess with that at all. You want that to fit the original. And then some coloration issues with what color is it? It's very black in the movie. I wanted to play into more of the bug-like quality of it, so maybe it falls a little more into the roach coloration. Those ideas, you get in trouble for keeping it the same, and you get in trouble for changing it. So I figure I'll just get in trouble for whatever. I guess that's why the alien in these two scenes has a different colored head or dome. You see? It's not dark black, it's a different color. And it might seem like the body is a bit more blue. Noah would mention what he thinks Earth would look like in this story. I certainly think if it's the Earth of our future, it's going to be a hotter, wetter place. It's part of the reason that we're in Bangkok right now. He was trying to make it different from Blade Runner. What does this Neverland facility look like? Because it's also not Weyland-Yutani, it's another corporation which we've never seen. And how are the aesthetics different? It's been a really exciting design process. He says his main goal of the TV show was to find a way to remystify Alien. Everyone knows about the Queen Alien, the Egg, the Facehugger, Chestburster, and Adult Alien. And so I've tried to come up with ways that the show returns that sense of what's going to happen next. That's so gross. The story is going to focus on the alien, but there's also going to be other creatures brought into the story. Let's just say that the show is called Alien and the ship crashes on the Earth, and there may not be just one creature that's on the ship. He says that the first two movies are what the fans mostly focus on, but he also says every Alien movie has greatness in it, and he did like some ideas in Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection. The idea of transferring a human consciousness into a synthetic body does come up. This process is not a backup of the original. I think it's a one-time marriage of body and mind. The other challenge is when her brother comes into the story. Does he really know this new person is his sister, even if it's just her mind with a new body? She thinks she's her. She has all the memories of the young girl and the personality, but at what point is the humanity tied into the biology? So those are good questions to unravel. Where does the TV series fit in the film franchise? I think we exist somewhere around Aliens, around the James Cameron story. I haven't had to get crazy specific with it, but the events of the first film are referenced in the show at some point. So I think it's somewhere around the events of the second film, either before or just after. So those were the highlights of that article. But there is another one that I want to cover later on. So stay tuned for that one. I'll see you later.